The Lenovo Legion Slim 5 versus the Lenovo Legion Pro 5. Which laptop is right for you? They have a lot more similarities than I expected, so let's help you pick the right one for your needs. Now, first and foremost, the weight and thickness surprisingly is not as different as I expected. I mean, we have the Slim laptop versus the Pro laptop, and they are barely different. I mean, they are so unnoticeably different. It's crazy. The Slim definitely is slimmer and lighter, but not that much slimmer and lighter. Now, one of the big things that stands out to me was the differences in the ports. There's one big difference, and this could make or break somebody's purchasing decision. The Slim 5 has an SD card reader. So if you're a photographer, if you're a graphic designer, if you're a videographer, and you need to have resources into your computer quickly and you don't want to fuss with dongles, then the Slim 5 is a fantastic choice. I'm going to show you exactly how to get the best deals on laptops, tech accessories, and even major appliances this holiday season. Go to your app store and download the Best Buy app. When you open the Best Buy app for the first time, it'll walk you through a number of initial questions. Turn on notifications because Best Buy recently launched Drops. Best Buy Drops is where you'll find brand new product releases, limited runs, launches, and serious savings. Recently, Drops featured the latest Atari VCS 800 gaming bundle that retails for $400. Best Buy Drops price, $149. Best Buy Drops price for Plus and Total members was $99. If you had the app and you were a Best Buy member, you could have saved 75% off the Atari system. So if you are serious about looking for the best deals this holiday season, then you would be negligent if you did not download the Best Buy app as a part of your holiday shopping strategy. One of the most frustrating things about trying to find the right deals is sifting through all of the noise. Using the Best Buy app, you can personalize your alerts and feed to see only the specific types of tech you are looking for. I'll get my feed set up for laptops and desktop computers, and I'll narrow the findings down from there to specific brands that I want to find the best deals on. If you're a Best Buy member, if you're not, I highly recommend it, you'll capture exclusive member-only prices. And if you're shopping in-store, don't forget to have a blue shirt Best Buy team member scan your app to connect your in-store purchases to your app to make sure you capture all of your member benefits. Save tons of shopping time this season with Best Buy's Buy Now button and enjoy a super fast checkout experience. Place an order and conveniently choose store pickup or curbside pickup on your device to get your gifts faster. And the app is the ticket to pick up quickly and easily. Rather not get in your car and face the holiday shopping traffic? I totally understand. Well, as always, Best Buy offers super fast shipping on thousands of items, so you can stay focused or take a breather and enjoy the best of what the holidays have to offer this year. Go to your app store and download the Best Buy app for the best deals this holiday season. I'm so thankful for Best Buy for sponsoring this video. Let's get back to the content. Now, they both have a great port selection with USB Type-C, USB Type-A. They have network ports, they have HDMI, but again, the Slim 5 has that SD card reader, which could be a big advantage for you. Now, from a visual standpoint, the biggest difference between the Lenovo Legion Pro 5 and the Lenovo Legion Slim 5 is going to be the design aesthetic on the back panel and side panel of this laptop. So take a look. Which one do you like better? That is going to be probably the biggest deciding factor because their weight is almost the same and their thickness is almost the same. It's crazy. We're going to check out the performance benchmarks in just a couple of minutes. But if you're curious about the exact pricing differences between these two models, you can check out the links in the description below. If you do make a purchase through those links, I'll get a small commission, but at no extra cost to you. But of course, that's what keeps this channel alive and the helpful content coming your way. Now let's check out the build and assembly of these two laptops. Now remember, they both have plastic bottom covers. They both have plastic side panels and plastic keyboard decks. So materials is going to be the same on both of these laptops. Now the assembly on the Slim 5, you can see there's a little bit of an edge sticking out here, but actually compared to the Pro 5, that edge sticking out is a little bit less. So if you're somebody who likes a bottom cover fitting into the side panel a little bit more snug and flush, I would go for the Slim 5. However, like I said, both plastic bottom covers, they're both easy to upgrade. Pop out the screws along the bottom cover. They pull off and you have access to 2 RAM sticks and 2 M.2 drives for each of the laptops. Now, a big improvement for this year's model for the Pro 5 is you no longer have to pry off the vents and the port cover to go ahead and upgrade the laptop. This bottom cover pulls right out from the side panels. same as the Slim 5. So both have great and easy upgrade paths, especially compared to previous years. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the interior of each of these laptops. Now, as you can see, the keyboards and the trackpads are identical. Okay, so the biggest difference is going to be the color of the Pro 5. If I was going to pick one based off visual appearance alone, I would go for the Pro 5. I just like the black on white key aesthetic. It's just easier to see in different lighting conditions. I think the silver creates a very nice even look, but I like the contrast of the dark keyboard deck, the dark keys. This all kind of just blends together. Now they both have identical keyboards, like I said, numpads on the right side, full-size arrow keys, full-size shift keys, enter keys, function keys along the top row of the keyboard deck. You have everything you need. Now taking a look at the trackpad, identical trackpads, they have a bit of a clicky, kind of a louder clicky sound. Feels good, secured very nicely to the chassis. Not a dampened, kind of more muted click, which I personally prefer. It's a bit louder and clicky. Totally fine, just preference would be for me a little quieter. Now the key travel has a nice medium key travel, which is very nice. It's a mix between, an Ultrabook and a full-size, gaming keyboard. So I like the keyboard. It's quiet, so you're not gonna annoy any neighbors with it be in class or at work or even at a coffee shop. You're not gonna be like clank, 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 clank. That's a really big bonus. Here is an audio sample of me using both the keyboards and trackpads so you can hear what they sound like for yourself. And of course, we do have webcams along the top bezel of each of these laptops. Here's a visual and an audio sample so you can see for yourself. This is the webcam on the Lenovo Legion Pro 5 and a little sample of the audio for you as well. This is the webcam on the Lenovo Legion Slim 5 and a little sample of the audio for you as well. And lastly, the speakers on both of these laptops are found along the bottom of the chassis. Here's an audio sample of each of them so you can hear for yourself which one sounds better. Now, keeping your eyes on the interior of these laptops, let's talk about the panels. If you're looking for a brighter screen, I would go for the Pro 5. According to the models that I have here before me, the brighter screen is going to be found on the Pro 5. You're going to have 537 nits of screen brightness at a 100% sRGB, 80% Adobe RGB, and 80% DCI-P3 at a delta E of 0.73. So you're going to have a better quality screen on the Pro 5 that I have before me. Now, the Slim 5 is still good. Not necessarily stellar, but still good. We got about 352 nits of screen brightness, 99% sRGB, 77% Adobe RGB, and 77% DCI-P3, all at a delta E of 1.18. However, if you're looking for battery life, I would go for the Slim 5. That Ryzen 7 7840HS processor is going to get you better battery life by about an hour and a half for streaming video playback and productivity. So that's going to be an advantage for you if you want to get better battery life. You're going to have about 9 hours and 34 minutes for productivity, and then about 7 hours and 58 minutes for streaming video playback. And then from there, it tiers down for Photoshop work and video editing. Now, how I get those test results, I know a lot of you have asked this. I put the screen refresh rate to 60 Hertz. I turn off the dedicated GPU, so it's only running on integrated graphics on the CPU. The brightness is set to 20%, and I use Windows battery saver mode, and then whatever silent or quiet mode comes in the actual command center of the laptop. So both of those configurations were used for each of these tests. Now, as you can see, the results for the Lenovo Legion Pro 5 gets a slightly less battery life due to the H series processor rather than the HS series processor. That's gonna be the big difference here. That H series has a higher TDP, the HS has a lower TDP, so you're able to conserve power and be more efficient rather than get higher performance, which we're gonna check out in the performance section in just a minute. Now, these two laptops have differing configurations, and the reason this video is so great because it can help you choose the right one for your budget. For the Pro 5, we have the Ryzen 7 7745HX and the RTX 4070 with 16 gigs of RAM. For the Slim 5, we have the Ryzen 7 7840HS HS. So we have the HX classification, which is why we're getting lower battery life. I think I just simply said H earlier, the HX. And then we have the HS, which is a more efficient processor. And the Slim 5 also has the RTX 4060 and 16 gigs of RAM. Jumping into the benchmarks, you can see that the Lenovo Legion Slim 5 falls behind the Lenovo Legion Pro 5 in Geekbench single core and multi-core. So we're seeing better performance out of that HX series processor compared to the HS series processor. We see the same results in Cinebench R23 single core and multi-core. You're gonna just get more bang for buck with that higher TDP processor if you're looking for more performance. However, if you're looking for a little bit better battery life and more efficiency, the HS will serve you very well. Now, moving on to Photoshop, we'll get into some real-world benchmarks here. You can see the Slim 5 scores a 928 and the Pro 5 scores a 1102. So if you're looking for more performance in Photoshop, not necessarily more efficiency, as I just mentioned, then you're gonna wanna check out the Lenovo Legion Pro 5. Now, you can definitely upgrade the RAM, both RAM sticks, celebration, for the Slim 5, and that will give you more performance in Photoshop because Photoshop and After Effects love RAM. So it's a very good upgrade if you want to get close, match, or past that score on the Pro 5. By upgrading the RAM, you can easily take that 928 up to a 1050, maybe even 1100 if it, optimizes it very well. I haven't run the test yet, so I'm just guessing based on tests I've run in the past, but RAM upgrade will definitely be helpful. Now, looking at After Effects, we're going to see a very similar spread. See that the Slim 5 is scoring a 807 and the Pro 5 is scoring a 923. So about 120 point difference between the two. But again, get a little RAM upgrade and you could definitely close that gap by a bit for sure. Now, going and taking a look at Blender Classroom, keep in mind we have an RTX 4070 versus an RTX 4060 here. The Slim 5 doing well even with the RTX 4060 at a 927. But you can see with the Pro 5 having the RTX 4070, it scores a 1081. So definitely a nice little pickup from the 4060. And I'm seeing that across the board. When you go from 4060 to 4070, especially with GPU intensive programs, you're getting a nice bump by choosing that 4070. It really makes a difference. If 3D modeling and higher resolution video editing are important to you, then that 4070 is really worth the buy. Heading down into Autodesk 3ds Max, Autodesk Maya, PTC Creo, and SolidWorks, you're seeing a big advantage by choosing the Pro 5 with the RTX 4070. If you're looking to save some money, this Slim 5 is still a fantastic buy for 3D modeling. But if you're thinking, I've got a little extra cash to spend, then going for that 4070 with the HX series processor will be an advantage to you in 3D modeling. Now, moving down the line, we're gonna take a look at 4K video editing. You can see that the Slim 5 has a great export time of 236. The Pro 5 has a slightly better export time of 226. Splitting hairs here, either one will be good. You can save some money for 4K video editing and go with the Slim 5. Moving down the line to 6K video editing. You can see the Pro 5 scores a 16-minute and 39-second export time versus the Slim 5 with 17 minutes and 21 seconds. So they're really close there. Those Ryzen processors don't make a big difference for export time. But let's go ahead and see the playback for Premiere Pro. What kind of playback results do we have? Now, for the Pro 5, we have 0 drop frames for 4K, 49 for B-RAW, and 102 for red footage. For the Slim 5, we have 0 drop frames for 4K, 137 for 6K B-RAW, and 271 for red footage. So you can see slightly more drop frames from a test standpoint, but from a user standpoint, you won't notice the difference between those two results. So punch for punch, I would totally be fine sticking with this laptop for 6K video editing. As you move towards 8K, however, that 4070 is going to help you, but I know there's not a lot of people doing 8K right now. So I just like to mention that as we're starting to see laptops be better for 8K video editing. Now, taking a look at DaVinci Resolve, this actually surprised me quite a bit. We see a 4-minute and 24-second export time out of the Slim 5 versus a 5-minute and 27-second export time out of the Pro 5. Ran those tests multiple times, still got those results. Sometimes it might just be the specific model I have or just the way certain laptops are optimized with the parts that they have. They can actually score better scores than their maybe more expensive counterpart. So in this situation, that was the case for the Slim 5 versus the Pro 5. Choosing between the Slim 5 and the Pro 5 really comes down to graphics intensive tasks. If you're a 3D modeler, or you're using Blender, or if you're getting into 8K resolution video editing, I would go for the Pro 5 to give yourself some more buffer for graphics processing. However, if you're doing anything else, the Slim 5 really has what it takes, and it has that SD card reader to make you more efficient on the go without dongles. Because punch for punch, they both have great build quality, they both have light chassis for the size of the laptops, not necessarily thin or slim. This thing's named Slim, but it's not even that much slimmer. We'll just move on from that. And so really punch for punch, they're both great laptops, but the performance is gonna be the bigger deciding factor. If you're looking for more efficiency, then you wanna choose the HS series processor to get yourself slightly better battery life. The choice is yours. Links are in the description below if you wanna, again, check the live pricing or make a purchase. Click or tap the screen here for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.